Hey everybody, Alex and Donnie here again with another build for Battlefield 4. This one is with a $900 budget, so a little more high-end, something to get you playing it at a little bit higher settings, maybe be able to stream it too. Um, just basically echoing what I said in the other video. We're just looking here to make something that really utilizes all the different things that DICE is doing with Battlefield 4. Um, just giving you the proper hardware to run the game. Um, our mindset is that this is one of the first games that's going to be 64-bit enabled, so it's going to have higher memory allocations. So we're trying to keep that in mind, and also it's going to be using multiple cores pretty well because Dice likes to just offload all kinds of different things to each core of the CPU. So having more than one core is always useful with this game.
Which is why for the CPU, we picked the AMD FX 8320. That's a 3.5 gigahertz 8-core processor. That is currently about $155.
Yeah,
I believe it's on Newegg for $155.
yeah, I've got it here at 153.60, but I think that's outlet PC. So if you want to buy it on Newegg instead, it'll probably be a couple bucks more. But
Mm-hmm. I
uh,
believe Outlet PC usually charges shipping, but I
yeah,
haven't bought there that often. And then for the motherboard, we have my old motherboard. Absolutely a fantastic motherboard for the price. The Gigabyte GA990FXA UD3. That's an AM3 Plus board. That is the overclocker's go-to board. I hit about a 1 gigahertz overclock with a $20 cooler on my old 6 core, the original AMD FX 6 core.
yeah,
So this thing will overclock the hell out of that chip.
yeah.
I've seen
I
people get up to 4.4 on 8 cores, and if they locked it down to a quad, I've seen them get to like 5.5 on okay coolers. So yeah, it's kind of up there.
Yeah, and it's definitely got all the bells and whistles too. Does
A,
Crossfire at dual X16,
a ton
um,
of USB 2.0 and 3.0 ports,
a
SATA ports
plethora
up
of
the
ports.
wazoo. Um,
And speaking of overclocking, I mean, to overclock, you're going to need a good CPU cooler, and that's why we went with the Fantex PHTC14PE. That's actually the cooler I use in my rig, and I can say I am very happy with it. Keeps my i7 nice and cool. Uh, but it's about 75 bucks on Amazon. Really good deal for that. For that, I think I paid about 80 bucks for mine. So,
yep, they have
but
it in all sorts of assorted colors, so it can
yeah,
match
and
your case.
I mean, we'll throw up some benchmarks for it, but just to give you an idea, it does cool at a better level than like maybe a Corsair H100, and it's cheaper, and it's also I guess quieter in certain cases. Uh,
Yeah, if you're really pushing the H100, it gets pretty loud. This thing on comparison is pretty quiet, and it's about, I want to say, 30 bucks cheaper.
yeah, I mean, I've got it running right now. Can you hear it? Okay. Anyway, um, for
Yeah, so for
RAM,
the RAM, we have the exact same memory we use in the other video. That's Corsair Vengeance low profile 8 gigs at 1833. Um,
1866.
1866. Don't know
Yeah.
why I said that.
Once again, it's 65 bucks. It's 8 gigs of RAM. It's by a good, well-known brand. It's 1866. It overclocks well,
And it's
and
the low profile one, so like we said in the other video, you
it
can,
works with that cooler.
yep, and you could buy another 4, so you could run
Yeah,
16
if you
gigs if you
really,
feel like it.
yeah,
Head out and go play some shuffleboard.
Uh, so for the hard drive, we kind of went up a little bit on this one. We got a Western Digital Caviar Black. Um, it is the
all
second
right.
best mechanical hard drive that's out there. The only thing that is faster than it is the Velociraptor, the newer Velociraptors. And I mean, it is a really reliable drive. I mean, if you have a hard drive on you, you might be able to cannibalize the drive, put it in the new rig, and just pop it in a decent SSD for about 100 bucks. But that, again, totally up to the user. Um, and for the video card, we have the EVGA GeForce GTX 760 with ACX cooling, which is basically EVGA's answer to the MSI Twin Frozer and the hell is that Asus brand called, Donnie?
Direct CU.
The Direct CU.
Yeah, I mean this one I think is also factory overclocked.
It might be.
To I think 1.1 gigahertz. Let me
Might
check that
be.
just to be sure.
No, actually.
1.07.
Okay.
1.07.
Okay, so it is overclocked.
Yeah.
And that is for $159.99 on Amazon. I believe Newegg has it for the same price too.
What did you say?
I said it's $159.99 on
Yeah, it's
Amazon.
259.99.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
$259.99.
yeah, if it was $160, I would have had 3 of them already. Um,
I would have sold my graphics card and bought 3 of them too.
yeah.
For the case, we have the Corsair 500R in white. That's currently on sale until the 28th. So a couple days after
Yeah.
this video
I mean,
gets up.
it's $75. If you don't like it, you can find something else for around a comparable price, but it's a really good case for the money.
I mean, it's really. I would say that it's really comparable to our cases, Donnie, and it's a bit cheaper than what we spent. So
Yeah. For the power supply, this is going to be a good one. We got the XFX 750 watt, 80 plus bronze certified power supply. $70, really good deal for this power supply. It's actually basically the exact same power supply you have, except you have the Corsair branded model.
Mm-hmm.
These ones are manufactured by Seasonic. I mean, they're workhorses. They will take a beating. They will usually output more power than what they're rated for. I mean, they're just great power supplies. They're not as efficient as other power supplies because it's only bronze certified. It's not silver or gold, but who cares?
Just throwing this out there for people who might not know, bronze certified, gold, 80 plus. All that is the amount of efficiency. I believe 80 plus is 85% of the energy that's pulled out of the wall comes into your computer. 15% gets lost with the transition. The better ones do it less. The platinums are like 95. So again, it's a mark of efficiency. But when you're buying a power supply, generally the more efficient power supply is a more reliable power supply.
That's true. But these ones are actually quite reliable, and it's a really good price. And I think that about covers it.
Yep, and the total of the build comes up to $896.53. Again, shipping and taxes are not included because we don't know where you live.
Well, actually, no. Shipping is free on pretty much all of these products I can see here, except for maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
Where it might vary. And I mean, if you know what you're doing with some of these stores, you can get the free shipping too. You can maybe get a
NCIX.
shop runner trial or something like that.
NCIX used to have anything over $50 you could get free shipping.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think that's the only thing that's not being shipped free is the...
Yeah, the NCIX stuff. So that's pretty much it. I mean, this is a build that I would expect to play Battlefield 3 on Ultra or max everything out. Depending on how much you want FPS at 1080p, this should be it.
Yep. And if you're looking for something maybe a little cheaper and you still want to play Battlefield, you can check out our other video. We've got a build for 600.